should be all set, as far as I can tell. I just want to double check something real quick. Yep. Alright, we are. Should be all good. Alright, so. I don't know why, but it always seems like it's a really long time since we get to Umineko. Alright. Probably because we have the weekend right after it. Alright, so. Where did we leave off? We left off with, bit further back. Battler locks himself in the logic error prison of his own making, stuck in the room. And Bernkessel and Lambda Delta talked a bit about being in their own prison, or at least Lambda Delta talked about it for them. And they awarded Erica, getting the names right here. Bernkessel awarded Erica 1, her status as a witch, not a temporary witch, and 2, Battler as her husband. Yeah, Battler as her husband. And they are currently holding a wedding to solidify their status as married and such, so that Erica can have his ring, territory lord ring, so that she can do whatever she wants, become god of this world or some such. Currently, we've panned over to the view of the demons. We did have a view of Beatrice and the lovers duel. But then we put it back over here. And it was Gap and Nox were having an argument about the true logistics, logical debate about the status of the window seals. And the fact that seals doesn't mean people can leave it, it just means that they were, it proves that they didn't leave. It proves that the door or the windows wasn't open. Which I was kind of saying from the start. Anyway, let's get into it. Confirmed as Chief Nox. Welcome to Lord Battler's wedding. One last little thing to mess with here. There we are. I'm Gap. I'm with the groom's party. Here's my invitation, and... crap. You didn't get it stamped at the reception desk. Yeah. I came here directly, so I didn't go by the reception desk. It's still unstamped. Why do you always have to do that at times like this? Gap-sama. My apologies, but we'll have to ask you to come with us to a different room. Dylan shrugged and turned away. Wait there, Delanor. Respond to my blue truth. If you want the opinion of the Great Court of Heaven, please fill out an application in accordance with the court procedures. Allow me to speak. Know that the ticket window is open from 10 to 5 on weekdays. Lunch breaks run from 12 to 1:15. Allow me to speak. Know that the use of whiteout strike-throughs is not permitted when filling out forms. There's rumor that they confuse comic kit applications for the same thing. That's an urban legend. Probably. Let us provisionally accept that blue truth verbally. It will be put on hold until the proper forms are received, and duplicate submissions are not allowed. I don't understand. Can you respond to my blue truth, or can't you? The fact that she's not means that she can't. If you fill out the application on Monday, we should be able to have an answer for you by the end of next month. Duplicate submissions are forbidden, so the blue truth you just spoke will be unusable during the wedding ceremony. This is in accordance with the laws of evidence from the official Great Court regulations, Article 214, Section 15, regarding the prevention of duplicate submissions. Please, allow me to speak. Know that it is forbidden for blue truth to be used if based on the argument that the window seals of the next room over were torn at the time of the logic error. Know that it is forbidden for the blue truth to be used if based on the argument that the window seals of the next room over were torn at the time of the logic error. Please, allow me to speak. Know that the opposing side is under no obligation to respond to the aforementioned blue truth. What? Cowards! Hey, let go of me, rabbit band! The Jester sisters led Gap away. Just when she thought she'd reached the core, they had underhandedly refused to respond. That is standard bureaucratic tactic. However, this is a big clue. There's a chance that the window seals on the next room over have been broken. In other words, it might be possible for Hideyoshi, George, Kumasawa, Shannon, or Nanjo to save Battler. And yet, just now, that move was sealed away. The use of any blue based on the window seals of the next room over might have been broken has been prevented. It's now impossible to claim that the 5 who could have sealed Battler were the ones who did it. What the hell? That's slow. That's the answer, isn't it? I also noticed that they hadn't proven that the window seals were intact. But if they can't use the blue truth, what are they supposed to do? Yeah, I know. I'm sure you're laughing at me again because you alone have discovered the answer. My apologies, child of man. I'm having trouble, just as you are. I can't believe I'm hearing you say that. I also realized that the windows of the next room over were left available. However, I hadn't imagined that the use of that argument would be prevented. Doesn't this seriously violate the rules? I mean, how can a quiz be fair if you can't say the right answer? Isn't this a logic error for the other side? We can also view the fact that the tale is continuing as proof that it wasn't a logic error. That's circular logic. In other words, there's some other answer completely unrelated to the windows of the next room over. Or, it may be possible to explain, without discussing the windows, how one of those 5 came to Battler's rescue. If they can't talk about the windows, they'll have to find a different way to leave that room. That practically makes the next room over a closed room. Yes. That is why I am also stuck. Because of these strange seal proclamations, the 2 rooms have once again become closed rooms. Most likely what? If you're so vastly intelligent, what kind of answer have you found? There is no answer. No answer? What do you mean? There is no way out except for the windows of the next room over. And yet, we are not allowed to include those windows in our reasoning. There probably is no answer for this closed room. And if so, what next? Since no answer exists, then defeat is absolutely certain for whichever player is burdened with the responsibility of explaining. So we have no moves left? In other words, that statement of Dillinore's was the final blow? Doesn't this make it checkmate? No. One move does exist. However, that move is one that can never be used again. And it is also a part of Beato's heart. You mean, One of the greatest riddles to this tale? Precisely. By using that, or possibly, Feathern sighed deeply. It was something she hadn't done once before now. I see. So, as long as this tale has been, it is finally time for the curtain to close. Exposing the answer to this riddle means the same as finally killing Beato. But perhaps Battler is the only one qualified to make that decision. If he weaves such a tale as the Game Master, no one would be able to stop it now. The greatest riddle of this tale will probably be revealed very soon. A deep sound reverberated through the cathedral. It was the sound of the several dozen Jester Sisters Imperial Guards, members of the Honor Guard, who stood in a line across the cathedral and stamped their heels in unison. Oh, hey, Matt. Welcome. Welcome to our Umineko reading. I think you've only been for the Danganronpa. Yeah, this is episode 6, part 14, so a lot of stuff is happening right now. Just try and follow along if you can. Wait. Alright, wait, no, you were here. It's getting too hard for me to keep track of everything. Either you've been here at the Umineko thing, and you know about Umineko. Wait, no. Yeah, you should have been. I think you were the one who did come with Umineko. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna go with you know what's going on, and you're just here watching me suffer. More fun that way, I guess. I don't know. It brought about total silence, but even before the demons running the ceremony spoke. Let us have silence, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the wedding of Lord Battler, Territory Lord and Golden Sorcerer, and Lady Erica, the Witch of Truth. Right, cool. So, Ari's not totally faulty just yet. Zepar and Furfur had appeared in the center of the cathedral. Having them invited to host a wedding was a great honor. Though they had asked for silence, the attendants who packed the cathedral welcomed the two demons with an enormous applause. Zepar and Furfur. Then, what about Beato? She may have already snuck onto the grounds. They searched for Beato in the crowd of several hundred people, but they couldn't find her anywhere. I wonder if Beato managed to find a way to save Battler-kun. If she managed to gain Zepar and Furfur's power, then I'm sure she has. There exists no miracle that cannot be gained after receiving their strength. And if she didn't? And that goat biting its handkerchief over there is probably her. Well, I guess we're stuck with Goat Beatrice now. Then, let us welcome the bride and groom. Please, give them a grand welcome and celebrate them as they start on their new life. Come on, bride and groom. Walk the path of the shackles called marriage, which will bind you until the grave. That's not quite always true. The big doors in the back of the cathedral slowly opened. And then the Territory Lord and his beautiful bride came into view. Arm in arm, the pair slowly began to walk down the path to the grave, lined with red carpet. The Jester Honor Guard stood at attention along either side of that path, raised their adorned bayonets with mechanical precision, and made sure that no evil could block the path that the pair walked down. Jester Sisters that were part of the Honor Guard were stationed all over the cathedral, hiding behind pillars and the like, keeping an eye out for any intruders. 00, calling 45 and 410. Any irregularities? Ceiling snipers. All clear. 410 and 45 were on top of a massive chandelier hanging from the cathedral's ceiling. Several other sniper pairs could be seen stationed on top of other chandeliers. This seemingly festive cathedral was actually being heavily guarded in places that the attendants wouldn't notice. Currently, we are simultaneously targeting 36 attendants suspected of being Lady Beatrice, as well as 131 in positions from which an attack might be launched. Surveillance in progress. Don't let your guard down. Lady Beatrice will almost certainly stage an attack on this wedding. That'd be so cool, breaking in to steal the bride. 410, he's the groom, not the bride. But he's playing the bride's part, yeah? He is? What? Why is Battler playing the bride? Okay. The Chester sniper teams on the chandeliers use super high efficiency observers to attract the movements of the several hundred attendants. If any one of those made any suspicious movements, the Chesters had been given permission to fire immediately. The one on that chandelier is Chester 127. That overkilling monster sniper could pulverize a human target from 2 kilometers away. The one on the chandelier across from that is Chester 20. Her firing rate is 6,000 shots per minute. However, she's using a portable magazine this time, so 2 seconds is all it'd take for her to use up her ammo. Lazy bum can barely do her job for 2 seconds, yeah? Slowly, and making a show of it, the two walked down the red-carpeted path. Battler's eyes were blank. If he looked closely, he could probably tell that Erica was dragging him by the arm she held. In other words, they weren't walking together. This was a ceremony for Erica to show off to everyone that this man belonged to her. Behind the bride and groom walked the 7 sisters of Purgatory, who held long, ceremonial arms in the shape of the one-winged eagle. Come on, Battler. What's he lazing about for? This is why people call him incompetent. I can understand Beatrice-sama's pain better than anyone else. It's all because that stupid Battler caused a logic error. Stupid. Beatrice-sama will not fall to sloth and let this wedding go on. Of course. Beatrice-sama is greedy. She won't let someone else take away her favorite toy. She'll definitely show up. I hear the reception's gonna have tons of delicious food. Yeah, I want to wear a wedding dress now. Berncastle and the Delta were in the nobles' seating on the balcony. They were sipping some bizarre carbonated cocktails as they looked down upon the show. What a splendid wedding dress. I love stuff like this. This is just the opening performance. That's pretty cruel. Which event do you think will be the headliner? Don't tell me you really think Beato will come. As you know as well as Battler's clothes-room is perfect. How could Beato win? Right? You must have heard too. There's a chance that the window seal on the next room door has been torn. It seems that Dillonor has managed to seal that path off for now. But she just denied the concept instead of sealing the actual window. And will fly out the window again. This one-winged eagle thing. Wanna bet? On whether Beato comes? I bet she comes with certainty. I bet she comes miraculously. This isn't a word. The Witch of Certainty and the Witch of Miracles were both sure that Beato would come. However, they were very interested in exactly how she would break the closed room and take Battler back. You've been watching from behind the scenes, so you probably know. You know what the trick is. More or less. But Erica's done a hell of a job, so now even I'm stumped. Liar. Huh? I'm sure you found one already. There does exist a trick that can save Battler, right? There does. But it's tough. And if that move is used, part of Beato's heart will be exposed. Isn't that right? Oh, so you already know? Hey, want to change our bet? To what? To whether Beato or Erika wins. Sure, if you're willing to bet on Erika. I'll do it. Oh, you are betting on Erika? Then why do you think you can win? If this trick is a part of Beato's heart, then Battler, the Game Master, will hesitate at exposing it. And so, they cannot win. It will probably be a draw. I'm sure they'll sidestep the issue somehow and run away. Battler has sworn to let Beato rest in peace. Burn, you're being too naive. The bet was made based on the assumption of that certain miracle that Beato would come. Virgilia, who was standing in the front row, tried to call out as soon as Battler walked by. She tried to tell him that the window seal on the next room over hadn't been checked, hoping that this would give him a hint. However, she had been marked perfectly. The instant she tried to lean forward, two Chester sisters right behind her grabbed her arms. That powerful force told her that she wouldn't be able to move even a step forward. Trapped, she was forced to stand there and watch as Battler walked past. Battler-kun. Even now, he is fighting in that closed room all by himself. However, he cannot get out by his own power alone. Unless someone comes to save him, he cannot get out. Unless that child comes to save him, Battler-kun will be trapped. There is a key to that closed room. I am certain my lady will find it. Just a note. This is a very standard response to somebody who is losing an argument. They abandon fighting with logic and being able to prove their point and revert to preventing you from disputing their point, as in preventing them from telling the answer. It's preventing the concept instead of defending their stance. They know it's wrong. They know it's going to lose, so they take efforts to prevent you from even proving that. I dislike that. Stand your ground, prove it on its own merits. Stop cheating. My lady, I'm sure you have gone through many trials in your life, but please, this is one trial that you must overcome. I am certain that you can do it. I, Ronove, do not doubt that in the slightest. The bride and groom's procession slowly advanced down the path to the grave and reached the altar. Though walking slowly was ceremonious and proper etiquette, it was also tiring. I can see that. Erika glanced over at Battler. Of course, his eyes were blank. His heart was still inside that closed room. Once more, the sound of the Chester honor guard stamping their heels rang out loudly. Silence returned to the cathedral again. Now, the wedding ceremony would finally begin. People live for the sake of love. Therefore today you have fulfilled the purpose of your lives. Oh, how great is the power to live, the power of love. I pray that the brightness of this day blesses these two for all time. Come now, you who love one another. Make the oath of love. In the place of the husband who cannot speak, let the wife make the oath on behalf of the pair. And this is just another pet peeve. If these two are the demons of love, love should love is, by definition, two people together, not one person forcing everything. There's some continuity errors in what they stand for. Yeah, well, let's just brush that aside for now. Battler swears to Erica, and Erica swears to Battler to support each other, both in sickness and in health. I didn't catch that, Battler-san. If you have some objection. Having some odd internet issues. Oh yeah, by the way, trying out a new thing. It's only going to be for today, for now, but we'll see where it goes. Looks promising. I'll tell you guys later if we ever set it up. I didn't catch that, Battler-san. If you have some objection, please say it more clearly in a loud voice. Damn it. Internet is just not working. If you have anything further to say, please get yourself out of that logic error closed room first. Don't worry. I'll support you until that day comes. You have heard the pair's oaths of love. Oh, let this oath be eternal. Now, you've heard one person's oath, and the other person is comatose, almost. That's not quite fair. The thunderous applause celebrated their marriage of subordination. After the oath, they would symbolize the bond. It was the exchanging of the rings. The Territory Lord's ring, with the one-winged eagle engraved on it that sat on Battler's finger, would become Erica's. By this, she would become the ruler of this game board, and in exchange, Battler's finger would be given a diamond ring that Erica had prepared. At a glance, it just looked like a ring adorned by a large diamond. However, this cursed ring would force Battler into eternal subservience and mark him as another's property. Yes, let the pair exchange rings. Since the husband's fingers cannot move, let his wife support him. Erica respectfully took Battler's right hand, then slowly pulled off the Territory Lord's ring that had been on his ring finger. That was the ring Beato had entrusted him with. Erica stole it away. This is the ring that woman left behind, right? How does it feel to have that stolen away by a woman like me? Hmm? I can't hear you. Please say it one more time. Go to hell. Oh, that. Well, then there's no need to worry, Battler-san. Erica pressed her lips up against Battler's earlobe as if biting it, and told him where they were. We're already there. And slowly, she took Beato's ring, which she had stolen from Battler, and slipped it onto her own left hand. And now, bride, you may give the groom your ring. That's one hell of a ring. A shackle that'll hold him in place for all time. Yeah, it's custom made. Even Battler's blank eyes could see the diamond ring Erica held. It was like Erica herself, because of course it would. On the outside, it shone beautifully and possessed an absolute hardness that would bend to no one's will. And on the inside, this symbolized never letting go of the prey it had latched onto. It had 8 sharp thorns pointing inwards. If they had been growing out of the outer side, it would have looked like the color of a guard dog from hell. However, Whoever heard of putting those on the inside? By twisting the diamond, those thorns could slide in or out. In other words, if you twisted it, after thrusting the finger inside, the inward-facing thorns would bite down, never releasing until the end of time. Then, even his soul would be trapped, and his body, mind, and soul would be forced to serve Erica for all eternity. Are you kidding me? Who the hell would wear a ring like that? He couldn't even finish speaking that simple phrase. And furthermore, those awkward words were the only way he could resist. She raised Battler's left hand and stroked his ring finger as if tasting it. Erica pressed the ring of subordination against the tip of his finger. If a ring is made to fit too tightly, it can be painful and hard to take off. However, this ring was never intended to be removed for life anyway, so its inner band had been mercilessly narrowed. Even without the thorns, forcing a small ring like this on would hurt. This ring will seal up your body, heart, and soul for all eternity, and you'll become an eternal living doll. I won't even let you die. You'll be endlessly defiled and humiliated by me, and every time I forget the taste of victory, I'll use your body to remind me, over and over again. If you've got the guts to bite off your tongue, now's the time. Once this goes on your finger, you won't even be able to do that. Battler didn't even have the strength to bite his tongue. Even if he had, he didn't want to give up before finding a way to escape the closed room, so he couldn't kill himself. However, if he accepted the ring, he would never be able to even think about escaping from the room, much less commit suicide. Stop it. No way. Look, I'm sticking your finger in. It hurts. It wasn't just the pain of having his finger forced through the tight ring. The curse of the ring fiercely tormented Battler's body from the inside. That pain would always torment Battler. But fortunately, the power of the ring even stole away the heart that could understand that pain. Erica kept screwing that too small demon's ring on. It hurts. It's impossible. There's no way it'll fit. Don't worry. It will fit. No problem. With an obscene laugh, Erica let a silver thread drip from her mouth and soaked the finger and the ring. Please relax. I'll stick it in, all at once. Please don't resist uselessly. It'll hurt less if you don't resist, okay? You see? Now it's sliding right in. Slowly, Battler's finger went deeper, deeper through the ring. He was pushed through the iron ring of pain and humiliation, which would never be removed again. Come on, look, okay? It's in all the way to the base, see? It hurts. Take it off. The demon's ring tightened around the finger, so much that it seemed the finger would snap off along with the bone. Could Battler's hazy expression of anguish really describe how unbearable this filthy pain was? Okay, now that it's on all the way, let's add the final touch, shall we? After this, you will be mine, forever. Erica touched the ring's diamond knob. If she twisted it, the thorns would bite in and never let go again. No, stop it. Sure. Just say, forgive me, Erika-sama, and I'll stop. Really? Please forgive me, Erika-sama. I swear to spend the rest of my life as your dog, with a collar around my neck, so at least spare me that ring. If you can say that, I won't make you wear the ring. Huh? I can't really hear you. I won't forgive you. I'll never forgive you. For making you suffer like this? No. I'll never forgive you for defiling Beato's ring. Though Battler's eyes had supposedly been forced into a muddled condition, they appeared strong for just an instant. However, it really was only for an instant. Battler had used up the last of his fleeting resistance just to say those words. In his dim consciousness, he had even bitten his own tongue to stay alert, so that he could say those words of resistance until the very end. Of course. It seems you aren't the kind of dog that can be tamed. But it's better that way. Erika smiled. Then she turned the diamond. In that instant, Battler let out a voiceless scream and threw his head back. His howl had no voice and could be heard by no one. However, it still rang out throughout the cathedral. Umineko no Nakukoro Nichiro, Nocturne, Truth and Illusions. Oh, that was fun to read. Erika is definitely a character you can hate. Yeah. A dreary breeze blew through the golden rose garden. Shannon and Cannon had already finished walking 19 steps, their backs still facing each other. When the demons conducting the trial gave the signal, they would both turn and settle this. Each had one of the dueling pistols given by the demons in their hands. The bullets promised certain death no matter where on the body they hit. This duel would not end until one of them died. George and Jessica just quietly watched the ones they loved. They had already entrusted all of their thoughts to them, as well as their fates. Just watching over their partners was now the only way they could show their trust. New artwork. Shannon and Cannon stood quietly, with their backs turned. They had already set aside the feelings they'd built up during all those days they'd known each other. The next time they laid eyes on the other, nothing would be asked of them except pulling that trigger. The only one who still couldn't muster any determination or resolve towards this duel was Beato. The closer that moment came, the less she understood. The love between George and Shannon wasn't standing in the way of the love between Jessica and Shannon, or vice versa. Why, when both sides could find happiness, were they being forced to kill each other? I don't understand. I just can't understand. Little sister, we are not permitted to do anything but watch. Zipper-san, Furfur-san, why? Why this duel? This is no trial of love. You really are demons. You just want to enjoy watching one of the pairs fall apart, don't you? In silence. You'll get in the way of the lovers. Not arguing the point, diverting. You're the ones getting in their way. One will fall. The one who loves that person will grieve. If only you two weren't around, no one would be sad. That is not true. If we hadn't set up this duel, then both pairs would have fallen apart. This duel is necessary. I haven't been able to accept that since the beginning. You say their love can't be successful without a miracle of magic? What does love need other than the two people who love each other? This duel is meaningless. So stop it, you two. Shannon and Cannon both. Why must you fight each other to the death when you were once as close as true siblings? I just can't understand. Everyone should have been able to hear Bayato's yell. However, no one's expression changed. That's right. I'm impressed that you noticed. This is love's truth. What is? Normally, love needs nothing more than two people who love each other. Therefore, when there aren't two people, we must use a duel to make that number become 2. I could understand if it were a duel between two people fighting over one woman, if it were a duel to cut 3 people in love down to 2. But here we have 2 pairs of people. The world formed by each pair is complete, isn't it? There's nothing compelling them to fight. The minimum number of people that can create a world is 2. A world can only be born, love can only be fulfilled, when 2 people gather. That's why this duel is necessary, so that they can get up to that number of people. Are you saying that furniture is subhuman, so they don't count as a single person? Exactly. Furniture is subhuman. That's why furniture and a human cannot add up to 2 people. That's insane. Status has nothing to do with it, and both of them love each other. No, it does. Then explain why. Do you really think that the status... Internet. And we're back down. Well, this sucks. Yep. Looks like that might be it. Back. I wish I could like show this bar on the thing so you could see it, but it's a different window. Alright, and I think we're back. We're back. Yay. Just can't win, can I? Just can't win. Do you really think that the status of a pair of lovers doesn't matter? Is a man who has a wife allowed to love someone else? Is a woman who has a husband allowed to love someone else? Are you allowed to fall in love with your parents? Are you allowed to fall in love with your children? There are many situations where status makes love unallowable. Then just what is furniture? Why mustn't furniture fall in love? Because their soul is less than a single person. Shannon, Kenny, and of course the piece that you are. All of you are furniture. Subhuman beings possess less than a single person's soul. To be qualified to love a human, you need only one thing: the possession of a single person's soul. That's why a pair in love can create a world. For example, do you think a man with a wife has the right to love another woman? Of course not. If he loved 2 women, neither would get a full person's worth of love. A man such as that would be unworthy of love. See? There are plenty of statuses in humans who have no right to love a person. As long as both people feel love, nothing else matters. It's just the hypocrisy of naive love. We cannot forgive humans who falsely pretend that they have the right to love. We cannot forgive the love of subhuman beings, of those who don't make up the minimum number of people required to create a world. That is the purpose of our trial. It is to let the sinful souls regain a complete soul and become capable of true love. You have still yet to actually describe why they are called furniture and why that matters. They keep having examples and, lack of a better term, hyperbole. A man can't love two women, a woman can't love their children, yada yada yada. Are they married? Did they love their children? Do they have children? Has any of that actually applied to them? We can't answer and figure this out unless they tell us, which is really frustrating. Zepar-sama, Furfur-sama, our hearts are ready. Please, give the signal to start the duel. The pair, bidding farewell, quietly asked for the signal to be given. Zepar nodded silently, then walked to a place that could be seen by both of them. Furfur spoke in a voice quiet enough to avoid distracting the two duelists.